Most people don't realize how much a proper slicer changes the game until they try to carve a brisket with a standard chef's knife and end up with jagged, uneven shreds. This 14-inch beast from the Shogun series is clearly designed for those who take their barbecue seriously. The first thing that hits you is the sheer length. It is massive, but because of how it is balanced, it doesn't feel like you are swinging a sword around the kitchen. The Japanese steel core is hardened to a point where it holds an edge through a mountain of meat, and that nitrogen cooling process they use actually seems to pay off. You get this incredibly thin, scalpel-like edge that just glides through a crusty bark without tearing the meat apart. Now, here is the thing about Damascus steel. It looks flashy, sure, but the 67 layers here actually serve a purpose by adding a bit of structural integrity to such a long, thin blade. It feels stiff enough to be precise, but has just enough flex to follow the contour of a roast. The G10 handle is another highlight. It is dense, moisture-resistant, and has this ergonomic shape that locks into the palm. Even if your hands are a bit greasy from prep work, you never feel like you are losing your grip. It is a heavy-duty tool, but it is surprisingly nimble. If there is a downside, it is the size. You really need a dedicated space to store this thing because it is not fitting into any standard knife block. You are going to be using that included sheath every single time you put it away. Also, because the edge is ground so fine, you have to be careful not to hit any bone or hard surfaces, or you will be spending a long afternoon on the whetstone. It is definitely a specialized piece of kit, not an everyday utility knife. But for those long, clean, single-stroke slices that make a presentation look professional, it is hard to find something that performs quite like this. It is a bit of an investment, but for anyone who spends their weekends at the smoker, it is the kind of tool that makes the final result look as good as it tastes.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.